The worst year of my life. That is one of the categories of answers on a variety of surveys about 2020 and 2021. So basically, almost a quarter to a half the country said it was the worst year of their lives this year. And that's saying a lot. So, the cold is about to hit the Northwest. The next 2 to 7 days is supposed to be guaranteed snowfall. This is going to change, I think, a good deal here. As you could hear, ghetto ass crackhead music playing in the background, auto-tune crappers, MCs, meth C's, with their craptastic rapping and auto-tuning, and people like that are going to be eating shit over about the next 5 days. And while there's one part of me that feels real bad about it, there's another part of me that's like, you did everything humanly possible to not end up in that situation. It is what it is. And so, one of the things I found kind of interesting in thinking about this answer to the survey, the worst year of my life, 2021, as an answer on a survey. The next thing that I thought was interesting is really now we're seeing an overwhelming number of people who are famous, triple jabbed and boosted, catching breakthrough COVID. And big story is that there's cruise ships all over the world now having to sit in the water because of COVID. But people got tested, they got their jabs, doesn't matter because the vaccine works so well. The vaccinated keep catching an illness that somebody like me, who's totally unvaccinated, has no idea if I ever even had symptoms, even though I definitely contacted 2 people, worked directly with 2 people who would have infected me during their gestation period. So, maybe even 3 or 4. So, now people like Antifa are on the side of enforcing nothing but government strictures that help pharmaceutical companies shop out an experimental vaccine. And now what are they going to do? Are they going to be there when the military version is, are they in support of the military's development of the, oh, actually, I bet, yeah, there's no mail. The military development of this vaccine? Has Antifa gotten to that point where they're going to be supporting the armed forces working on medicine? Because, hey, there's nothing I trust more than the armed forces working on medicine, right? So we'll see who shows their colors on that one. But it speaks volumes that people are saying it was the worst year of their lives. Merry Christmas. Have a good night. It speaks volumes. I went to work too early, and as many of you know, when it's union shift systems, can't show up early, so I had to leave early. So it was one of those things of okay team, I'm gonna pump this out, blah blah blah. But it's the All-Star Squadron. Anybody who knows your comic books, All-Star Squadron. Oh yeah, I remember the All-Star Squadron. And was it the Junior All-Star Squadron, was it? With Tsunami and what was it? Tsunami? Oh shit, I'll have to remember. And then there was the bad guys like Kamikaze. Kamikaze. But anyway, so I was just sitting back really thinking about, like, wow, looking at the numbers that are now popping up about like how people feel about the left of center, about the Democrats, that even CNN now, Joe Biden can't concentrate. He seems to be confused. CNN is saying this now. But the big one is that Elizabeth Warren and Cory Booker and all these people on these fucking boats, all jabbed up, still getting the fucking Rona. And, yeah. Boy, and it's a horrible vindication. This is one of these terrible things about vindication. Vindication is not necessarily awesome. Vindication can often be actually like totally a black pill experience. I also like that the Matrix people have shown they're mad about people using the red pill. And just wanted to point out that, since the fall of the Wachowski brothers, right? Into the Wachowski-oids, they become oids. There's something. They have 2 legs, 2 arms, and 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 legs. But once you start getting to one or a pair of, who knows what they got after that. But anyway, the beautiful part about it, really, is they've done it all. One, they made too many sequels. Too many of the sequels were simply not up to par to the original. The sequels also all the sequels had problems. Almost the only thing that went off without a hitch was the Animatrix. That was brilliant. That actually was a absolutely brilliant thing to do. It was one of those things too, like everything from that era, that it was like, wow, that was groundbreaking and a great idea. And then everybody just tried to rehash it. And so now you get people like a lot of millennials don't get this. Millennials, and to some degree even Zoomers, won't really get this thing of, no, it's a fucking sequel. And I know a lot of people, and it's like, okay, have you ever seen Kenny G and have wondered why? Okay, baby boomers looked at sequels during their lifetime and were like, why? Why are you making a sequel? There was a rule. Don't go to a sequel. There was only a handful of movies that sort of legendarily broke this curse, that sequels are always shit. It's just like a handful ever. And it's just that people are just so used to being disappointed in cinema, or cinema being an experience that is just cheap and what you do before you screw, rather than really some kind of art form. Because, those of us who remember when it was a big deal to go out to the theater. It was, a night out with the family. And some of you might even remember when some of these theaters were obviously at one time a theater, and then it was converted to a movie theater, so it still had, obviously, some of the works, and that they actually had to alter the construction of the place. So, like, say the Castro Theater is one of the most famous, that it still had its organ there. So when they would have, like, the tourney of animation, it would start with this guy playing the mighty Wurlitzer would rise up. And so of course it's the theater in the middle of the gayest gay sector of the gayest city that now has thankfully fallen into a hellish pit of AIDS and shit. And so, I'm from there. I'm from Frisco, born and raised. Don't know much about the world outside of the confines of Daly City and West Berkeley. Once you go beyond there, it's like some map that a person from the Shire would draw, or you got like weird creatures off in the distance. In Oakland, there be these creatures that are black as night, and they will kill you for nothing. And in Richmond and Vallejo, the same. They're even worse there, but there's just not as many. So, Yeah. And I just think about it, L.A. Blue, right? I think his name was L.A. Blue. And people might say like, "Oh, why you say something like that?" Oh, and it's just like, fool. I remember L.A. Blue, brother Blue, on the Too Shorts album. I don't think it was Getting Where You Fit In. It must have been Life Is, because I know I had that on cassette. But that he had Oakland style, and one of the jokes was, "Oh yeah, it's a blah blah. He's from Richmond. Oh, you got to watch out for them Richmond niggas. They'll kill you first and ask questions later." Something like that. Or them niggas talk with a gun. That's what it was. Them niggas start talking with a gun. I was just like, God damn. I mean, yeah. Just like how do you know a brother's from the Filmo? He slaps a woman. He walks into the room and slaps a woman. Slaps the shit out of a hoe. Pinches her ass. She goes, "What the fuck?" And he slaps the shit out of her. He goes, "Filmo for show, son." All right. I gotta relax after work here. All right. See if anything happened today. Who knows? It's just like that. Every day I leave work and I'm like, let's see what happened. YouTube. Damn. Oh, and also I gotta see what's going on with Eve Online. Woke up early and I'm like, okay, let's see. And then I'm like, oh shit. They didn't destroy the stations. I wonder if they had to reschedule or waiting, or did I get my timing off because of Eve time compared to this time, converting it in my mind, my confused mind that does math poorly. So, all right. Merry Christmas, you all. I will be posting a video tomorrow, and yeah, I'm going to try to do something a little special, and maybe it'll be snowing. I love the snow. Rita, you know I love pasta fazool. Your pasta fazool is so good. Rita. But Rita, if I let you if I use my snowblower on your lawn, then everybody's going to want me to work use my snowblower on their lawn, Rita. You know what I mean? All right. Forget about it. All right. Merry Christmas.